Okay, so for the second part of our video today, which is day 3, we'll be focusing on shapes. The first video for today we looked at pictures, and I told you because of duration, the video net I'll be taking them one after the other. So for this second video, we'll be taking a look at shapes. We'll be taking a very deep look at shapes. So when you click on shapes, still under insert, you click on shapes, you have various shapes that you can use to draw basic shapes. You have so many of them that you can use to draw basic shapes, and if you are good enough, you can be able to combine one or two different shapes together to create simple designs, not sophisticated kind of designs like but at least you can do something simple that at least we still get a thumb up for. So when you click on shapes, you have these basic shapes here, and what you can do, click on any one of your choice that you want to use, click on it, and then with this, hold down your left mouse button and drag. Dragging it is you drawing the shape. When you're okay with the size, you release it, and then you have your shape here. Now something that is synonymous to the picture and the tables is that once you click on them, including the shapes, is that you have your format tab. You have your format tab, which I explained before that. In the format tab, you have your ribbon that gives you everything you need to work on that thing. In this case now, it is the shape. So you have the shape format tab, and in this ribbon you have everything you need to work on your shapes. So here, if you want to draw another shape, in this shape format, you click and then you can draw another shape. Let me say this one. You see it now? Yes. So I have this and I have this as my shapes. Here now, if I click on this edit shape, I can decide to change the shape. Probably from what I have on the screen to this. You see it? And I can still come here and change it to another shape. Let's say I want it to be like this stamp. You see it? So I can just click and change the shapes, and this comes in handy if I have applied some format to my shape. For example, here you have octo format. Whenever you see this kind of thing, just know that there are templates already there for you to just choose and apply to your work. So if I click on this, you see it gives me the picture, the kind of shading that is here to my shape. So if I come to shape fill is used to color anything that has to do with the inside of the shape you're working on. In terms of color, you use the shape fill, not the line. Now for the line, you use the shape outline, but for the inside color, you use the shape fill. For the line, you use the shape outline. While for the inside color, you use the shape fill. So here I can click on shape fill and then choose any color of my choice. Let me choose this green. Now come to the shape outline. I want to increase the weight, so you will see it under shape outline. Increase the weight to 60 points, and then I choose this color, red. Now you see this shape outline is this red you see here, while this green is the inside. So anything shape fill affects the inside, while the shape outline affects the line surrounding that shape. Please note the difference so you know which one to use. So coming back to the shape fill, I have different solid colors here. I can decide to use even picture to color my work. For example, from a file, if I want online pictures, so I can just say from a file, and from here my dialog box will open. I will choose the picture I want to use to color my work. Let's say this one, and then I insert it. this becomes, now here it is not just appearing as a picture, I'm using it as color for my shape. And I can just come here and change the color. You see it? So this picture is not just a picture, I'm using it as a color. So if I change the color, it disappears to the current color I am using. And I can also use gradient. I can also use gradient fill. If you want more gradient, you come down here and click on it and then choose your color combinations and so on. And I can also use texture, which you can see here. So anything I choose here is acting as my color to the shape I'm working on. So let me choose this solid color. And then for my shape outline, I can decide, like I've used the weight before, which is the 6 point, giving me this thickness. I can say, okay, I want my shape outline to be dashes. You see, it's affecting the line. It has nothing to do with the inside now. The shape outline works on the line, the outline. Yes, it works on the outline. So whatever I do on the outline, you see it here. But then let me choose this my straight line. I love it. Coming back to this edit, you have edit point here. So I can edit my point. Now, the first one was change shape. When I click on my edit point, you see these black dots here, right? I can now use them to edit my work by clicking and dragging. Now you see my shape, right? Here I can now use them to manipulate my shape by adjusting these things. I want this one to call me, for example, I just click and drag, and then this one I want it to go out. You understand this? Let me bring this one inside the need to. This is me manipulating my shape now. Let me still say it, Microsoft Word is not a professional graphics package. So in as much as you are able to do this, you should know that you are limited one way or the other. If you want a professional graphics, you should use a professional graphics package such as CorelDRAW, Photoshop. You can, so many of them. So just bear in mind that there's little you can do with Microsoft Word in terms of graphics. So that has explained this edit shape. As for the text box we will see later as we progress. I'll talk about the text box later as we progress. And then next I want to change this shape now. I can still come here and say, okay, I've applied so much. Let me change the shape to, for example, this moon. You see it. Everything I've applied is still there, just that there's a change of shape. Please take note. Not every time you delete your work and start all over again. You can just apply some of these little things to make you more efficient in your work. You get it? If I'm to draw a flag, now I already have this here. So what I can do, I can just choose this rectangle and draw it. Probably draw it here. And then apply this to my shape. Color it this green. You see it? So it's all about manipulation, combination of two or more shapes, and so on. So that is how shapes work. Let me delete this now. So that is for that. As for the position, the text wrap, you already know how they work in terms of, you already know how they work because it's the same thing with how they work on pictures, which I have explained. The same thing with the bring forward, send back, you understand, bring forward, send back. So they're basically the same thing. Just know that your shape fill works on the inside of the object you've chosen, while your shape outline works on the line. You see this line? Yes, that is what your shape outline works on. And then here you can change your shape. You can change the shape to anything. You can change the shape to anything. Let me click on this. You can change the shape to anything. Let's say this one. Let me change it to this. You see it? You can change the shape to anything. And then I talked about format painter here. Yes, you can apply format painter to even objects. You can apply format painter to even objects. If I click on format painter here and I click on it, you see it takes the same format without me going to choose which color is this and so on. It didn't change the shape, it just copied the format here and transferred it onto this one. And that is how it works basically for shapes. With that being said, I want to say it's a pleasure having you go through this course with me. I am your joyous facilitator, Sakawaka, and I appreciate the fact that you are taking out of your time, your resources, your energy, the determination to go through this course with me. Out of the numerous tutors out there, out of the numerous computer guys out there, you choose me to be the one that will take you through this journey of becoming a professional user of Microsoft Office Word. I do not take this for granted, and for that, I love you.